Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Micah, for that extensive introduction. So are we ready for inclusivity? So let's start. So what is disability? So according to CDC, a disability is any condition of the body or mind, which is called impairment, that makes it more difficult for the person with the condition to do certain activities, and interaction with the world around them. So now let's move to what does it have to do with peers? There are actually 7 types of friends. So when we have lifelong friends, usually they are the ones that you have been with since you were young. Usually your neighbor, usually you have the same age because you grew up together because of the terminology social group. Okay, so this is easy to find because these are the people that you socialize with, but you are not close with. Example, in your birthday. So it is a friend of a friend. So the question here is, what does disability have to do with peers? So number 1, you need to know the situation of a peer or peers with disability. In your class, if you are aware, you would want to know how or what happened or how you can help that specific classmate who has who did this part of bullying can actually go to jail. Not choosing or accepting the student to be part of the group because of his or her disability. So when your teacher says, okay, we're going to have a party, group yourselves into 5, and then you would not choose that person because you don't like that person, or you still are not accepting that your classmate is has a disability, and you need to be there to be of support. So you don't like her. Okay, we get that. But then you're going to mock that person, just like the student said, cyberbullying. You would make fun of him or her in a group chat with just you and your friends, without your teachers to stop you, without your parents to tell you that it's not okay. So you would keep on doing so that. You would say, this is usually when there's a conversation, there's a text message, there's an exchange of information. You would say, who you? Right? So when you say who you, it's like you're ignoring that person. You're not, like, it's like that person is invisible. That person doesn't exist. If you have an idea on who Martin Luther King Jr. is, so you can check out your social studies. So he said, nothing in all the world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and consensus stupidity. So ignorance. What is so bad about being ignorant? So ignoring a person does not mean you are not doing any harm. Are we ready for inclusivity? So this was the topic from the beginning. So if we put together all the concepts that we talked about, so the first one is about disability, the second one is about peers or friendship, the third one is about bullying, then the fourth one is about ignoring, and this is the last part, inclusivity or including some. This means making sure that teaching and the curriculum build school buildings, classrooms, play areas, transport, and toilets are appropriate for all children at all levels. The main question or the main purpose of this webinar is to identify if we are ready. And based on the 4 concepts that we have discussed, and your answer is you are not ready, so here are steps to help you be ready. So what is it? The first one is be aware and be informed. Next, ask your teacher what can be done to help your groupmate and not to implicate your groupmate. You would ask, are you having difficulty with this? Are you having difficulty with that? And then if he says yes or no, then do you want us to help you? And so on and so forth. If you're just thinking about it, you have to like what you do. Nobody can force you to be a peer buddy. You're there because you want to help as genuinely as possible. And of course, we need to debunk myths. We didn't talk about much about different types of disability, but this I am going to leave with you. Disability is not contagious. Not that it's not like COVID, wherein you cough to that person and you would contract. Of course not. It's not contagious. It's not a disease. And definitely it's not hard. People with a difficulty and disability need to live with it. And so as we need to help them prosper in our society. As long as we provide them acceptance, we provide them with help, we provide them with understanding, then life will not be that hard for them and for us. It's a two-way process. We're not just doing this for people with disabilities. We're also doing this for our own good. Because if society is able to accept, then flow with people would be much more pleasant. There would be camaraderie, there would be unity, and diversity will not be that hard. As we end our webinar, I do want to provide you with the last note that the number one thing that I would want you to take out from this seminar is the big word A, acceptance. So that's the first step that you're going to do. Accept that there's diversity. Accept that people are different. And accept that you are also responsible to make the society a better place to live in. So everybody is. And in order for us to move forward, we should be having an open mind, an open eyes, open ears, in order for us to be aware of what is the situation that is surrounding us. So again, you just need to be aware and accepting as far as embracing inclusivity in our educational system.